Hello everyone, and welcome here to a new series of contents that I'm going to call The Diary of Jane. Well, basically what is this? Mainly my experience dealing with my mental health, dealing with my transition. Like I wanted to, you know, do this for two main reasons. Like the first one is venting out. Like I think that speaking like with yourself and with the public, like in this way, like can be helpful for yourself, like at the freeing your emotions. The second point that sharing this with the people who maybe live in my same situation, so maybe it can be helpful for other ones who feel not like having a space here in this world, like who want to feel better about themselves and like seeing, okay, there's someone else who's doing the same thing and like they are crying, they are walking, and like I can make it as well. So this is basically the story of how I'm molding up, how I'm working on improving my mental health and everything. Like I want to put my real face on this. Uh, Not even using a wig. Like I know my hair are not the best. Like I'm actually treating these like these are improving, kinda. But like I know that these are not the best. I'm not proud of this. So it is what it is. And this is still me, so I know that once I start with HRT and everything, like my hair are going to be a lot better. Like I'm this at the moment, and like I don't have to live by following an ideal, but by being myself. And this is what I'm trying to do, basically. I know that nasty people are around, that someone will clip and blah blah blah. Like I don't care. Like what I care the most at the moment are my mental health, myself, my family, the people close to me, going to real life, and like the online people who are actually showing real friendship in my community who is being really nice and patient with me. For this first episode, I think that it's important to remind everything that happened. Basically, the last year was painful for many reasons. Some private reason, like me not being able to go for HRT yet. So this kind of caused me to close myself inside what I call a golden cage. Basically, almost I never leave my room. Because like after that I got the news that what I had in my blood was blocking my transition, like that kind of put me in a depression status. A depression status that went even worse when I interacted online, and once that I grew up as content creator, like I had to deal with transphobes, haters, and stuff like that. Like kind of sucks how all of that is actually ignored now, and like how I'm still the only responsible what I'm dealing with. Like I address the responsibilities of what I do wrong, and like at the same time, I wish that we can understand that mental health can be attacked in other ways, and like you can not react always in a self-destructive way in the way people think. You can act in a self-destructive way by feeling full of rage, by being upset, by losing faith in everything. Like there are many ways of dealing with depression. Like there is not only a way and modality. Like I wish that was more understood. Like I work on everything, but like I wonder how much we know and care about mental health topics in the full aspects of mental health topics, and not just in those that make us look at the person who's affected like only like a victim, but like a silent victim. I think that many of us can have a reaction to no, fuck this, fuck everything, like I don't care about anything anymore. And this is basically my case. This is basically my case. Like I'm not trying to justify it. I'm working on it. Like I'm. It's the first thing I spoke about with my therapist on Monday. But before reaching that point, like I want to address a topic because like it's kind of weird how even the directly interested person doesn't care about this and wants to stay away from the drama. Like I even spoke with them. Like that drama was solved basically not even a day after what happened, but like in the hour immediately what happened, because like it was a situation where that happened in a day where I basically completely lost the hope. Like basically whatever it was going to happen, I didn't care anymore. Like if you don't see a tomorrow, like you are in a way of let's fuck this, we'll fuck about this. Like who cares, you know? It's not a way of justifying it, but like I think that explaining how I wasn't in full control of myself, and like I let the stuff happen, like, and even if you have an inner voice saying you, telling you, stop, please, because like this can be a not coming back point. Like at that point, I literally lost my mind. Like literally, like I wasn't here. I didn't care. I didn't see a tomorrow. It was a really hard day. Like I lived with a big part of my father's family, and like it wasn't a really nice meeting. So I didn't see a place for myself, and I was really hard by that day, and it was like a sort of a final point to a long period of depression. Till it happened what it happened. And in a certain way, I don't know, like, even if it was destructive, like it was a destruction that caused a call out to myself, like waking up. Like that mainly happened because like seeing the reaction of a person I really like, a friend that I really trust, like Silence, like made me understand that I actually am afraid of losing something. Like I'm afraid of losing something, that there are things I want to live for. And like these are the people who care about me, who see something important in me, like who see a friend in me, who see a model in me. And like even if I'm struggling, I want to fight back. So like that situation was terribly negative, but like it was like a sort of wake up. Like it cannot go like this. Like you know better than yourself that you don't want to just surrender and everything. We have to work on this. Like let's make this like the final call out. But it's a final call out that it's not like it's all of everything of yourself, you know? Like the first thing that I want to share is like don't hold all of this for yourself. Because it's also one of the first things I spoke about with my therapist. Basically, I work with this therapist for years now, and like the last year was kind of unproductive. It was kind of unproductive because like once that I had bad news about the HRT, I felt like there was nothing more I could do for myself, and like this made me lose hope. This made me lose hope and closing myself completely in the online world. And yeah, that's the thing. Like I lived this whole year in this situation. Then in the meanwhile, like you know, once that you see your online image being attacked and stuff, once that you invest so much in it, like my world was crumbling. Photos used against me, attacks every day. I cannot open a social media without reading a message of a transphobe. I cannot go on Twitch without having a message, at least one message banned. You know, it was like a long descent in the darkness while I was trying to act like nothing was happening. Like I was acting like I'm holding up, I'm holding up, I'm holding up, but I mean in the meanwhile something was breaking inside me, and I wasn't okay. Like even my therapist said, like the signs of your depression were there all the time, but like you were closeting yourself. Like it was like you were trying to show yourself strong. Like I'm holding up, but like no one can do it. Like the first thing is understanding your limits and that help is needed, and like you have to open yourself more to the others. And that rage is an understandable reaction to all of these things from a professional point of view, of course. Like in a social point of view, like if you react in a rage way, like people are scared, someone will never come back, and I'm sorry about it. Other people will take the distances from a bit. Like I understand all of these reactions, like basically, but like it was this long process that basically one day after another, like get the max reach during the episodes of July, basically. But I don't want to make this like a sort of okay, my life is over, like I can do nothing for myself. Like another thing that I spoke about with my therapist is not leaving all of this with like self-pityness, like and attacking myself all the time. I'm the worst thing in the world and stuff like that. Like it happened. It has a reason. Let's understand this reason. Let's work on why this happened, and let's go back to. Not let's go back because there is nothing I have to go back. Let's start to live your life. It's like there's a whole life outside this room. Like as I said, I want to start with my estrogens and everything. Like I want to improve my the way I look. Like even if I'm showing myself with my real hair here, like I want to work on my hair. I want to work my body. I want to live a social life outside the computer. You know. So my hair are a mess because like here it's really hot. I'm like you know. It feels strange to see this in a video that I have to share online. Like I already know that there are going to be many nasty comments, but honestly, I repeat, like I want to be myself. I want to start living my life as myself. So people are evil. People are going to be shit. Like you know what? I'm just gonna block you. Like you have no efforts in my life. Like what are you? Like I really don't care. Like I care of my family, my friends, my community, the people who are close to me. Like haters are gonna hate. Also because haters a lot of time are like just people who are able to do it online, so they hide themselves behind an account. Like that's all. Or like if some people find the boldness only to do this stuff online, but like they don't see the consequences of their actions, of their words. Like how you can hurt someone mentally, and this can have consequences on their life. And sometimes I've been even scared that they want that happen, you know, like that they want to have the power of destroying a life with just like it makes them feeling powerful, like they have control of someone else's life, like feeling like a god, you know, like when you have control of the life of another person with so little, like you feel like a god in a certain way. And this doesn't have to happen. Like I'm the one who owns my own life. I want control of my life. I realize that there are many things that I want to live for. I want to go out. I want to take a beer with a partner. I want to meet my friends to take an ice cream together. I want to go to the stadium, and I think I'm gonna do it at the end of the month because I'm a football fan. Like there are many things that I want to do. Like this is a process I'm working on. Like mistakes were made, but like I have to restart. And like I cannot restart till I not forgive myself and I understand that this is the situation, and like I can work on this situation with the right help and like with the right self-consciousness I can do it. So this is basically the thing. Like I want to bring more attention to mental health. I want to bring attention to mental health in the good and the bad things, because like I feel like sometimes like we speak of mental health, but like we don't consider mental health when like it can be something that makes the individual hurting themselves and also the other ones, because like that's scary, you know. Like, and I understand it. And like we care more about mental health, about someone who's depressed than like just going self-destruction mode. But this kind of mode can be activated in many ways. One of these can be being really aggressive and closing yourself to the world, like seeing everyone like a many threat. And this is basically what happened to me. Like I saw everything as a threat. Like I saw lack of security in the society. And like, you know, this is society. Like I have to do what is safe for myself, and then I try to do something that is safer for other people. Then I try to be loud when I see a problem. But like, I cannot do this if I don't take care of myself, and then I don't allow to people who are close to me to take care of me. And like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to be more positive. Like, this is the thing. I feel like sometimes the DBD community is not the right place to do this, because like, it's not mature enough. Like, I feel like it's not mature enough. Like, I see that when there are important topics shared by people who belong to a certain category of people in society, like there is but they are over exaggerating. It's cancel culture. It's them being too sensitive. Like, try to understand where the others, like, are coming from. And even if you have the one who comes from the category and says you, oh, you know, it's them overreacting, like, every person has their own story and a story of violence that maybe they dealt with. It can be a physical violence or it can be a psychological violence, you know. And like, try to understand where they come from, because like, there's a lot of pressure. Like, I speak of trans reality, like there's a lot of pressure from society on trans people. Like, this is not fair, you know. This is not fair. Like, they want us to look in a certain way to be accepted. Even trans people want us to act in a certain way. We are afraid of how another trans person is reacting because of, like, this can potentially bring harm to ourselves. Like, we are afraid of each other. This is not okay. Like, if I see a transmedicalist trans person, like someone will say that, like, if you don't go for estrogen surgery and everything, like, you're not trans. Like, I'm gonna be kind of ashamed, because like, you're negating a fellow trans sibling to be themselves because like of what they are choosing to do or with their body and their identity. And that's not to your power. But like, if it's a reaction to a negative situation, try to understand where this is coming from. If someone is aggressive and sees a certain attitude like as a potentially negative, try to understand where this comes from. I don't want to justify everything, but like, I see like every time there is an attempt of taking a discussion like this, like it's all like, oh, you know, we are in a culture that didn't tell us about this. Like, I'm just not educated. Yeah, but if you are not educated, educate yourself. Like, it's even about time. It's about time about improving yourself. Like, it's not written anywhere that because you live in ignorance till now, like, you have to keep living in ignorance. Because like, the big social changes happened because people realized that what they were doing was shit. We had wars happening in the past for stuff that was considered normally accepted in the societies of the time. Like, if you look, for example, at the story of anti-Semitism, like, you can realize how it's a long story that doesn't come on. Like, it's not only a thing of the Second World War and, well, the things that basically everyone knows. But it's a long story that actually affected the whole Europe for many years, even century. I try to look at the Le Fer Dreyfus. I'm sorry for my French pronunciation, but like, it's the history of this Dreyfus, who was defended by Emile Zola. Like, try to look at all the context of that, and like, you're gonna realize how, basically, before realizing that what was going on was wrong, like, it took a lot of time, and like, there were so many situations that were society accepted. And this is like happening for trans people, it happens for other category of people. Like, don't silence everything under cancel culture because like you're ignorant about some topics. Because I think that in some situation, like what affects mental health is like seeing how society doesn't try to understand what we are living and like tries to just you know, you are who you are, like live your life, but like I don't care about it. And like if you like ask for pronouns and stuff like that, like you know, like I I grew up in this context, and like this is who I am. Like I grew up here. Like why should I change my way of living because you exist? I saw someone speaking of how, in their opinion, like for example, in North America, like they are more sensitive about some topics that in Europe we are not sensitive about. This doesn't make us like acting right. Like we can learn instead of saying they are oversensitive. We can say we are not educated enough. I'm not gonna say names because I'm not interested in getting this stuff. Like honestly, I'm gonna work on what I can control. Like I understand that I cannot change the world, but I can change the people around me. And maybe I can also make more people see this kind of topics, and like if they agree, like we can be a more unique voice and speaking about these topics. But like this is the thing, like I feel like a lot of times we justify our ignorance instead of addressing a real topic. Anyway, this is going over what I really wanted to do. Like my first goal here is speaking on my mental health. This was the first Diary of Jane after my first therapy session, after everything that happened. I'm gonna make a new video every Monday, because basically I'm gonna take the next breaks during Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna share the video today on Wednesday on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow and like almost daily on Twitch, where we'll keep playing Dead by Daylight, other games in the future. Like you can expect Mortal Kombat 1 because I want to play that game, and still speaking about these topics. Thank you so much for being here and for listening, and you mean a lot to me.